Hello and welcome to Road to Becoming a Natural Pro Bodybuilder. I am officially 19 days out from my first natural bodybuilding show, and it's getting, obviously getting closer. It's getting more and more exciting. Do you know what's funny actually? The anticipation isn't high, as in like I'm not like, oh my god, it's 19 days out, it feels crazy. Right now I'm sort of pretty chill about it, mainly because I feel like I've had that anticipation riding for a long time, like to this point now where I'm pretty, I hate to say nonchalant, but like kind of chill about it because all the hard work that needs to be done is already done. There's nothing I have to figure out basically. I'm just going to ride this up until the end. And when I say there's nothing to figure out as well, I sort of mean that when I'm doing when I'm managing my macros or my nutrition for the next, basically how I'm going to do it for the next 2 and a bit weeks it's already been planned out. So for example, this week I'm going to keep things pretty much the same. Next week, what I'm going to do is reduce my protein till about 200 grams. And that's just generally because obviously as you get at this stage, high protein doesn't have to be that much of a requirement. I'm going to drop it to about 200, so it's not too low anyway. It's still going to be more than twice the body weight that I'll be at. Right now, I weigh 94 kg, which is really good, 94.1, which is really good, meaning that I only have to lose about 3 kg in just under 3 weeks. Really good. I mean, basically at the moment it means I'm ahead of schedule because I had the idea of losing 1.5 kg per week, and right now I'm losing with my weight from today and yesterday. I'm just a bit ahead of that, which is fantastic. Anyway, so I'm going to drop my protein next week and use those calories to go into carbs, mainly just so that I don't feel too lethargic or like my performance doesn't drop off in the gym while I'm getting this close to the show. And also, it's very critical to not have any negative performances. There aren't any negative issues that could come from reducing my protein to just 200. Whereas if I reduce my carbs or don't have enough carbs to sustain my energy levels and recovery and my effort during my sessions, then that could bleed into looking flat, looking and just not looking good for the show day. On that same vein as well, what I'll be doing for peak week, the week before show, is that from I believe about Monday to Thursday, I'm going to do very low to no carbs. Now my idea is to just basically eat just chicken, eggs, pretty much, or maybe even like ground mince and some veg throughout the day. Perhaps Monday to Wednesday I'll do no carbs. Thursday I'll introduce carbs again, maybe just 100, and then Friday I'll probably go up to 300. Saturday I'll come back down just to see how the look looks. So like hopefully my weight would have adjusted to the point where 91 is either within reach or already reached. So fluctuating between 91 and 92 won't be as much of a big deal. And then bring it back down till about from 300 to 200. And then show day, I only need about probably 100 up until getting on stage, which is pretty good. Of course, most people have this idea of trying to fill up not fill, what's the word again? Basically get a full appearance on stage. But as someone like me, this is basically how I look all the time anyway. Full is my natural state, basically. I'm not going to be at a point where I look too depleted. And even if I look depleted, it would just translate to me looking more grainy and have a very better condition rather than looking off or anything like that. So I'm not planning to do any crazy water manipulation or sodium manipulation. Especially this is my first show. I want to see what my regular package looks like, so that if needed, if I feel like I look too flat considering I weigh 91 kg, then the next show that will be in September, I can adjust things so that I look more appropriate or better on stage. Anyway, in terms of training, things are still the same. And I've been thinking about the future. I'm going to keep my plan basically the same as well. But the general idea is that I know right now that my weak points are basically my abs and my hamstring and glutes right now. So at the moment that I've fixed my abs definitely look a lot better than this, which is a good thing. So I can focus on it less. I'm not going to not prioritize. I'm going to focus on it less and then focus on my hamstrings and glutes for the next show. So I'm planning to do 2 hamstring sessions and just add abs onto that during the next round of training. In terms of cardio as well, I won't have to be doing as much cardio because, of course, the plan is to maintain roughly about that weight. I think the max I'll be able to go up to is 95 kg, and if I do that, it won't be hard to drop to about 90 or maybe even 88 for the second show, which is what I think would be like obviously would be my best condition ever because I'll be as lean as possible. But long story short, I won't have to be doing this much cardio 5 days a week to achieve that look anymore because I would have already done the hard work. I've removed a lot of body fat, and now it's just about like landing the plane softly. You know, if you think about it, like I used all my energy to get to get off the ground, and meaning just all my energy to burn as much calories as possible during this first half of the year. And now the second half of the year, just about making sure that I can cruise into looking lean and amazing for the stage. One thing that I've come to realize though is that my future might not be in classic bodybuilding, and that's just that I think even 88, I'll still be able to do open bodybuilding. With UK Drug Free Bodybuilding Association, the weight cap is, I think, for even like the large category, it's still like just above 80, I think, for me, which isn't enough. So I probably have to do open bodybuilding forever, just so that I basically just don't lose too much body weight and I can prep accordingly. Anyway, it's not too much of a difference. It's just the tights that it's the trunks that are mainly the differentiator, but it's just kind of like one of those things where you have to come to terms with, and I think I finally come to terms with it, which is kind of crazy. But if you look at somebody like, I think I mentioned before, but someone like Jose Beast, I don't know how to say his name, but the huge classic guy, he can definitely just do open. He does open. He's basically an open weight in off season anyway. And someone like Urs Kauzinski, where I think that's his full name. I'm not even sure. That might be somebody else's name. But Urs, he had to drop a bunch of weight to get into his weight cap for classic. And I think he said he does like 2 hours of cardio or some shit like that, where it's just a lot more than I would like to do. Right now, even just the hour that I'm doing it's a lot for me, and it's only a lot because I've come from doing no cardio in the off season to having to do a bunch of cardio. But even now at the moment, actually, I'm not just doing 10K. What I've decided to do is basically whenever I have the energy to, whenever I feel like I can kind of make a push, I'll do 10 minutes of elliptical after my training sessions, because I feel like at this time, it won't hurt to just push a bit harder when possible and just kind of like make the most of the little amount of time that I have left. And worst case scenario, I'll be able to burn some more calories for the week that I'm going to take off. But yeah, I don't have any prep sort of photos for this current stage. Honestly, I'm too tired and lethargic to take those pictures. However, I do have basically I do like weekly progress pictures based on how far out I am. And here is 3 weeks out. I took this on Sunday. Here's the front relaxed. And I also put a bunch of my meals there. So this is what I'm eating at the moment: mixture of rolled oats and designer whey. Obviously, this is my ESN is my sponsor. And if you want to use my code ADE, somewhere where I put it, yeah, if you want to use my code ADE, you can save some money, and I get some commission from that. Anyway, so this is my rolled oats, and they have that like rice pudding, which is really good as well. And they're actually coming out with their own oats, which is kind of cool too. So that was saving some money where I can just as the athlete, I get to spend around £200 on their website to get whatever I want. So I'll be spending it on oats and rice pudding. Anyway, it's my front double. I think this is definitely one of my winning shots. I think I always say this, but from the front, I'm winning. I think my issue is literally, or this is my egg whites, my steamed eggs, mainly just egg whites, and this is I put caramelized onions and mushrooms at the bottom. This is the reason why this is out here is because it should be underneath, but it kind of got burnt. But c'est la vie. Side chest, I think this is one of my winning poses as well. Before I didn't really have the serratus that looked this good, and my ab control wasn't that good, but now it definitely is, and I'm very happy with it. I get protein shake and then back relaxed. I think this is okay. It's not my best shot because I feel like there should be some sort of detail in this area, but I can't seem to figure out how to make it look good while spreading my lats. But I think it's more impressive to have my lats look this wide and have my frame have sort of like that big X frame structure than putting the definition into the middle here. This is a chicken and rice bowl, but there's so much veg that you can't see it. But this is basically how I get my fiber. Pickles and shredded lettuce. And then finally, my back double bicep. This is another one where I think overall structure looks amazing. The main issue is that my glutes aren't as strong and my hamstrings are obviously, you can't see it, but I know what I'm talking about. My glutes and hamstrings aren't as strong as my back and biceps. So which is why I want to do hamstrings twice now, going into during my training phase for this upcoming prep, not the UK one, but the British finals. And then I think just having stronger hamstrings will give me one less thing to worry about. And then again in the off season, I'll focus on the glute training. I'll probably have to train glutes like twice, like put some real effort into getting my glutes striated. Because at the moment I'm stripping the fat from my glutes, which is really good, but there's no lines. And on stage, that can really be the differentiator from somebody that looks like a professional and somebody who just basically trains and then actually had the good physique. I want to look like a serious pro on stage. So yeah, that is basically like the progress update, and these are just my daily post, and I have the same shorts on YouTube if you want to have a look at those. But yeah, that is about it. 19 days out. I'm pretty excited, even though I might sound lethargic. I'm excited, and I'm even thing is right. I'm excited for this, but I'm even more excited for the next show because I know I'll just have much more time to develop my physique. Like now that I've stripped all the fat, I can put so much more energy into my training because I won't have to be doing an hour of cardio and a full intense training session in the evening. So I think I'll probably switch my order around now. I'll probably have my training session early in the morning so I can put all my energy towards that. And then in the evening, when possible, do cardio if I want to. So I'll already get my my steps into sort of act towards my calorie deficit. But if I want to push it a bit more, then I'll just go for like a 5K run as opposed to having to do a 10K run 5 times a week. Anyways, that's it from me. If you have any questions, if you are interested in coaching, feel free to message me. I'm also thinking about doing a so obviously right now most of my coaching clients are just people that want to get in shape, but I'm thinking of doing prep coaching for people who also want to compete for the first time and see how they do. But that's like, I say down the line, but I'll probably put more. I'm building it right now, and hopefully I can release it sometime after my first show and get some more traction in it for my second show, and then hopefully the following year I might even be able to compete with some of my clients on the same stage. That would be really cool. Anyways, that's it from me. If you have any questions, drop me a message or use the link in my bio. Bye.